So one of the biggest dilemmas that I personally have myself is getting the right idea, the right design, the right concept, or whatever you want to call it, and implement.
I give you all the right concepts.
Yeah, but you never give me any good ideas.
Yeah, but you need me.
I don't really need you.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
You're just there to annoy me and just give me different types of ideas and confuse the life out of me to the point where my car is still sitting for me.
Yeah, but I tell you what you need.
Just build a car to your own liking. Stop letting your subconscious and others tell you otherwise.
Yeah, but my ideas are better.
No, that's not how it works. You give me ideas, different types of ideas. I go with it or I don't. And sometimes I change it up.
My ideas are still better.
No, your ideas aren't better.
Yeah, they are. Simple.
No, they're not better.
What about the black S?
Okay, one idea, which was the black S. Whoop-de-doo, nobody liked it.
You'll be lost without me. Whatever.
Okay, anyways, do it. You're annoying. Go away.
No, whatever. Bye. All right, back to the topic at hand. Today, we're going to be talking about building your car to the way you like. And there's never a wrong answer to any questions that you ask of anybody else. We all know, we all discuss different wheel options, different color wheels, wraps, whatever the case is. There is no wrong answers and there's no wrongdoing. Now, however, when you do ask questions, sometimes, you get suggestions that are out of the norm and you decide maybe that's the route you need to go to impress others. But building a car should never be about impressing others. Yeah, at the same time, you want to make it look good, have some people like it, but it should never be the focus of impressing everybody else. It should be about you building the car to your liking, to your benefit, and to your ideas, the concepts, whatever thoughts you had in your mind, making sure when you build a car, it's how you imagined it. Because at the end of the day, if you ask questions, get suggestions, and do something that you weren't expecting to do in the beginning, you're going to end up not liking the car. And you're going to end up having to restart everything, having to go back to scratch, whether it's the wheels, the wrap, the modifications, performance, whatever it is. Make sure when you're doing it to your preferences. From the color of the calipers, to the color of the wheels, to the color of the wrap, or to the color of the paint. And if you want your car to be all carbon fiber, make it all carbon fiber. It doesn't matter what I think or the next Joe Schmo thinks, because at the end of the day, you're the one behind the driver's seat. I get it. We always want to make sure that you get the next highest amount of likes on Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is. But at the same time, you want to be able to enjoy the car. It shouldn't always be about getting the next 1,000 likes or the next 500 likes. One of the biggest questions I get asked a lot is, who's the next best tuner? Or who should I go to get a tune? It doesn't really matter who you go to. Whether it's Go Racebox, AMS, Admin Tuning, doesn't really matter as long as you're happy with what you get. Yeah, there are some good tuners out there and there are some bad tuners out there. But it comes back to you doing your research, asking questions, and making sure it's the right tuner that you want to go with. And it's the same thing when it goes to performance shops, whether you're looking to buy calipers. And I saw a post the other day regarding calipers. Somebody had bought a secondhand caliper that somebody originally had and had ordered from the manufacturer. And unfortunately, some of the hardware was missing, and he reached out to the manufacturer to get that hardware. And unfortunately, the manufacturer didn't want to help him. The downside of a lot of the performance shops is that they don't really have good customer service, majority of them, but there are good performance shops out there that actually do help clients. And this message is kind of the small portion of this message is for the performance shops out there or the manufacturers. If you made a product, it doesn't matter if it went through 6 different hands, the 7th person reaches out to get, accessories or parts from you, you should provide those parts for them. Because at the end of the day, it's your product, it's your name out there. And I've seen a lot of articles regarding those screens out there, those Tesla style screens. And I'm gonna tell you, some of those guys are pretty pissed off about those screens. But again, it goes back to customer service and making sure you've done your research to see if it's worth it for you to spend the money. Yeah, you're gonna spend $300-400 on something, but if the customer service is not there, and you're a day past the warranty date and they don't want to help you out,
That's not good customer service. If it was months down the line after warranty and they said no, I understand. But, if, again, if it's a day or two a week, as a manufacturer, you should be helping out the customer. Now I'm going to pop up a picture on the screen for you guys to take a look at as far as what kind of idea I had as far as the new bumper goes. So the Black S bumper, we had to recreate it, and once it was recreated, unfortunately, we had to change it up again because I wasn't happy, and it's something that I have to pay out of pocket, which I don't mind because it's materials, labor, cost, and everything that goes into it, right? And this bumper, I'm gonna tell you, it had to go through about 4 or 5 different versions before I was happy with it. Reason being is at one point it got so aggressive and so heavy up front, the slope was causing some stretch marks as far as the top of the bumper goes. By stretch marks, I mean when you have a heavy bumper up front and there's no support below, you're gonna see where the hinges come together between the fender and the bumper, start spreading apart and causing cracks between the brackets. Those are stretch marks. And unfortunately, we had to change it up. But at the same time, I'm happy with the outcome. I'm not really going to go into detail on the final design, but at the same time, and the design itself is very subtle and aggressive at the same time. You can tell some of the past Black S look is still there in the bumper, but not entirely because it's been changed up a little bit over the past year. So I'm pretty happy with the build, and as far as it's going, yes, I've gotten some suggestions. At the end of the day, I've asked questions of how people feel a certain way depending on the design or the render. But at the end of the day, I made the decision on which one to go with. There was a part where, I'm looking into getting new wheels, and this goes to, Precision Forged. Gio, he's been doing a great job for the community. Given the fact that you can go to him and he can design any wheel that you like to based on whatever your thoughts are, whatever design you want it, he can make it for you. And the best part is it's not going to burn your wallet. It's not going to destroy your bank account. He's very good as far as pricing, customer service, and I've annoyed him a few times already, but at the end of the day, he reaches back out and makes sure he answers your questions. And I'm going to be taking my business with him because he actually reaches out and makes sure that if I have questions, he answers them. And if I have any concerns, he answers them. Now, that is not to say that I'm not happy with the current setup that I have or the ones in the past. I'm very happy, but unfortunately with my Q60 and the way it is and the wide body, I just have to make something custom to ensure that, it fits it perfectly. And over the time, I've had to put spacers on the wheels to make it, fit perfectly. But it's time that, I go a different route, and I've came up with a design, and I'm going to be reaching out to Gio at Precision Forged and make sure that, we get started on these wheels and hopefully get it on the car in the next few months. The best part about building a car, it's something that should be joyful, something that you should enjoy yourself. And I see that a lot of times when people, talk about, building their car, some people will say, oh, you paid to have your car built, you didn't build it yourself. Ha 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 ha. Who cares? There are people that don't have the time or day to work on their cars, and they have the money to pay to have the parts installed. That is not to say the others don't either. However, it's just sometimes it's more feasible and easier for that person to make sure somebody else installs it. And that is not to say that it's a bad thing either, because at the end of the day, yes, I've done some work on my own car. I've had my buddy Sam help me. Harry's helped me. A couple other guys have helped me. But at the same time, most of my work has been done at the Infinity dealership, performance shops, whatever the case is. It makes no difference to me at the end of the day, because it's the way I want to build it and how I want to build it and how I want it to make it look like. And in the future, I'm going to be working with a couple of different companies as far as, getting the body kit changed up a little bit. Yes, the wide body kit is going to get changed up, but I don't think it's going to be anytime this year. Hopefully next year. I've already made a couple of renders, and there's some renders out there already that are in the works. And there's composites also out there that not a lot of people know about, but there's quite a few companies out there working on a couple of wide body kits, different bumpers, hoods, trunks, etc., etc. So your options aren't going to be limited to those few that are out there right now. Unfortunately, the hood that I have on my car, it's warping, and it started warping actually about the first year that I had it. You can see indentations on the hood in the front where it looks like it's sinking in. So I'm going to be changing up the hood a little bit as well. I have a couple of design ideas I'm already working on, but hopefully in the future it'll look good. It'll be something that I wanted, and I think there's quite a few nice parts coming out soon for the Q60 and the Q50, and hopefully be done in the next few months and bring you guys the new video of the Q60 as well, version 5000 at this point. I can't even count how many times we had to recreate the front bumper on it. And I did change up the rear. I no longer have the quad exhaust, just because solely I wanted to change it up a little bit and keep it simple, just because of the whole new design. It's not as aggressive, it's more subtle, but it looks clean at the same time. Let me know what you guys think of this video, and next week I'm going to bring you guys some new news as far as the VR30 motor market goes, and the Q50, Q60, and the Infinity World. So thank you guys. See you guys next time.